going insane with temperaturing. That's me. Good morning. It's really early this time. I'm going to do the oracle card. Before I go, just switch things up. Doesn't always have to be the same. It's 4:36 in the morning on the 28th. Was that Wednesday, right? Okay. Oh, like, subscribe, leave a comment, even if it's just emoji. Hit the notification button and share the video if you're led to. Let's roll. Oracle card. Yay. Okay, let's sleep last night finally. 2 nights before that. Active in my sleep. Kind of just all of a sudden bursting awake. Trying to grab onto what had been occurring in my dreams and kind of crashing again. My bed was like, like, what the heck? What the heck was I running in my dream? I don't know. But slept in one position all night last night. So waking up at 4, not such a big deal today. Oh, told you I wake up in a good mood, ready to work. Okay, so I've shuffled the cards. I'm going to use 4 decks today. That's what I was inspired to do. Compelled. That's a good word. Okay, so we're going to start with Oracle of 7. Calling in that Love Team, Ascended Masters, 5D and above. My Angels of Swords, Ascended Masters. Oh, I said that. Ancestors. Call Mary Magdalene in. How about Joan of Arc, too? Let's call her. Those 2 females. Wow, right? They're my heroes. Always have been. I mean, right? We'll talk more about them later. They're here. Okay, so please take a breath. I get excited. Please make me a clear channel with a concise and clear message. Y'all's message, not my message. For whoever needs to hear it today or whenever this video comes into their path. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you. Okay, so first one. Let's see. Okay. One down. Oh, got 2. Oh, Shaman Stream Oracle. Next is one of our favorite, right? The Oracle's the Cosmic Journey. These cards, right? Okay. Breathing is a really important part of helping your body, heart, mind, body, soul, spirit to ascend. Learning how to breathe. I used to breathe really well naturally but we learn how to breathe in the upper chambers of our lungs. We're supposed to be breathing in from our diaphragm. That's another video. Wow, okay. I think we got something to say. And finally, Archangel Power cards. Archangel Power Tarot. So hope everybody's doing well. The other side of this moon going now towards the new moon, where we start asking for things to come in, because you never leave a void, right? You release things, and then you fill the void with what you want to replace the space that those other things used to take in or take up. So never leave a void. It's a perpetual thing. The universe has its own laws, and it adheres to their laws. Okay, guys. I already sense a pattern going on here. Let's get started. Okay. Willing release. Look. 49. That's a 13, which is a 4, which we all know is foundation, right? See that beautiful butterfly transformation? The dandelion seeds. Releasing willingly to then go and seed, expand their reach where people, Gaia, you know. Okay, so I don't have very good lighting in here. So salt lamp again. This. Okay, so excuse me. Thank you. Willing release, key concepts. Yielding to a divine plan, releasing attachment to a form, especially if something isn't what you expected or wanted, leaving room for serendipity. Love that word. Don't you like that word, serendipity? Okay. Some days you have to let go of your struggle to find an answer and focus on other things for a while. This doesn't mean giving up altogether or losing anything. Remember that in our co-creative partnership with divine, a give and take is necessary. Necessary. You do your part by setting your intentions and taking any necessary actions, but you must then surrender the form, the timing, and the how to your higher power. Divine timing. I was just thinking about this. That's what was in my mind as I was shaking the sleep webs out of my mind, right? There is a divine plan for each of us. When acting on this faith, knowing divine's got us, and the timing is only perfect in divine timing. And if we're in the river, we know that, and we enjoy the float around the bends, looking at the scenery, meeting the other people floating in the river. Hey, how you doing? Riding the wave, not looking solely at where we want to land on the beach, but going through the curl and the whole journey of that. Oh, keep going, Trace. Okay. There is a divine plan for each of us. When acting on this faith, you may find that your intense desire for something translates into a feeling of attachment and entitlement. Oh, I haven't touched on entitlement yet. Right now, can you imagine yourself in this experience and allow the divine plan to unfold as it will on your behalf without interference? I'm, I'm guilty of trying to apply interference. That's why I know so much about letting go and going with the flow, because I'm a very determined fire sign, and I used to really, and I just said a very capable opponent. I used to call it, because I'd outsmart myself by trying to force the plan into my uh, perceived uh, series of events or jumping ahead. And I used to say, God put me on the shelf to collect God dust. I mean, literally, that's what it felt like, and that's what it was. Because I wasn't enjoying the journey, because I knew what the end result was, and I wanted to get there. But you can't, if you get there before everybody else, then you have to wait. I did a lot of that on a shelf, collecting God dust. I'm not even playing. I can cite several. I won't, but I could. Can you be open to receiving what is yours, even if it's not packaged in the form you thought you wanted? Perhaps if you look deeper, you will see that you've received the perfect vibrational match to your most authentic wants and needs. See, I thought I knew better for myself, but that self that I knew better for was really attached to the 3D and people pleasing and perfect child syndrome and victim mode mentality. So that victim, really thought needs and wants were different than one in faith and true faith and full release that I cultivated over time. I'm over 50. Time. Time. A lot of living has been done. Um, to your most authentic wants and needs. You have put in the work, defined your desires, and felt them deeply and engaged your higher power. Now you must let go and see what transpires. This isn't always easy. Impatience, honestly, I have to interject here, because I used to sit there and go, I think patience is one of my major life lessons, because I always I put myself in a hurry up and wait mode, waiting for people, situations, um, necessary pieces of the puzzles to be put together. And I'm just sitting there going, doo, 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 wait, wait, wait. So apparently, my impatience is something that has been deeply forged into fire over and over and over. I'm pretty good at waiting now. 50 years later. uh, and engage your higher power. Now you must let go and see what transpires. This isn't always easy. Impatience erodes the foundations of your trust in the divine. It actually equals no faith. None. If you're impatient. And I was full of faith. I mean, I've had faith, but it was faith and stubbornness and if you're sensitive and intuitive, you kind of know what's going to happen, right? You can kind of see the bigger, just a little bit of the bigger picture, not the whole bigger picture, but kind of like down the road, you're like, oh, I want to get there. Can I be there already? So it really wasn't faith, that there's things along the way that I would really enjoy if I was in each moment, enjoying each moment, 0.0 point of joy in each moment, which is bliss. I'd have been here a long time ago in bliss. Surrendering truly will serve your highest good. Knowing this truth in your heart, can that really be so difficult? Knowing this truth in your heart, can that really be so difficult? It can be difficult. It's worth working on. Trust. I wouldn't lie to you. I can't lie. I'm like incapable of lying at this point. I just don't want it. I just don't want any of that blowback. I hate lies. Being a walking lie detector doesn't help, because it's like, just because I know what would be an effective lie doesn't mean that I appreciate lying even in myself. So, honesty, that's another video. Broken open. Look at that. All the chakras are all lit. All the way through the crown. Like I said yesterday. It's just what I said yesterday. Chakra, 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 chakra. And that's our core, our, what's it called? The nuclear, the, anyway, it's our energy source. Chakra, 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 chakra. Our connection to all things. That's why they intentionally, generations, like thousands of years, I mean, like at least 2,000, right? These two have been calcifying our pineal gland so that we didn't know that we are a force and an energy source worth trying to, which is what they did. It's like the Matrix, right? They block our using our own source plugged into the back, and kind of low vibe force field, so that they could eat the low vibe energies. They're energy vampires. There are all kinds of vampires, but we're not going to talk about that right now either. Oh, this card. These same cards keep coming up, except for I've never gotten this one. But this one. Ooh. Can you see the little girl? See? See the face? She's all curled up in that tree. 46, which is a 10, which is completion and a new beginning at the same time, right? Isn't that cool how that happens? Okay. Come on, root girl. The disowned self, hidden beauty, the need for acceptance and love. Root girl sits shivering, unclean and naked in the base of a tree in the base of the tree of the self. She is unloved of the self. Okay. She is unloved, unwanted, and shunned for her deformities. She has no home, but is safe burrowing underground to dwell near the deeper roots of this sacred tree. Who is she on you? Oh, not on you. Who is she to you? Could this urchin be the one part of you that reintegrated that it I can do this. Could this urchin be the one part of you that reintegrated can lead to a wholeness and true purpose? This is a part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures, manifesting as guilt and shame. Shame game. It's down the list in the videos. Manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others or any emotion or instinct that you've learned to repress or deem unnatural, it's this homeless child. It's this homeless child self crying for attention. Acceptance and love. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as being or as belonging to you. Okay? All the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. But if you would only look into the root girl's eyes and see the beauty and the unmet need, your unmet need, you would realize that this part of you asks for your compassion and understanding. This part of you was conditioned to believe you're not whole, that your expression of self is somehow too much or too little. This part of you was born when you were wounded and you were conditioned to believe that you're not whole, that your expression of self is somehow too much or too little. Born, the ego. The ego. Down the list. Egos, triggers, mirrors. You may have even inherited this creature from your ancestors. It's true. We inherit karma from our ancestors, from our past lives. More about that later. And even fear can be imprinted on our DNA. Learned behavior patterns from out of fear generationally before us in the DNA. They proved it with rats. That's how powerful we actually are. We imprint on the next generation. That's why we can see the degeneration of the generations. Okay. However, it was okay. However, it was this child's self that came to be curled up at the roots of your sacred tree self. Sacred tree self. It's time to welcome her into your hearts. When you do everything you've been searching, when you do everything you've been searching for becomes illuminated, and your path lights up with renewed purpose. When you come to love Root Girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, she is transformed, just as you are. Then all manner of magic begins to arrive in abundant form I was just talking about that. When you come to love your girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, that's embracing the ego and the dark side of you into one whole being. Like I was saying with Tracy, TJ, Tracy J. Tracy J finally embraced TJ, and we started working together. And then I've come into balance now in transition to temperance, which I'm going to take the name legally. Just not yet. It's just not time yet. It's not time yet. But it's happening. She is transformed just as you are. Then all manner of magic begins to arrive in abundant form. Look for the beauty. Powerful. Oh, I think they gave us 2 for each one. Is what it is. Will of the Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Really? 62. And balance together. 8 is transformation. Forward movement. Travel. Communication. Okay. This is fun for me. Thanks for popping in, by the way. I'm so glad you guys are here. Really. Will of the Wisp. Treasures hidden in the shadows. The great mystery and epiphany. I love epiphany. That's another great word. I'm a pretty wordy person. Like words. Even kind of fancy myself a wordsmith. Yeah. Okay. Will o' the Wisp hovers in her luminous. Oh, I know this word. Will o' the Wisp hovers in her luminescent glory above the twilight moors of your life, whispering for you to step into the fog, into the mystery, the unknown. You may have been visited by her before, but though intrigued, you refused her invitation. It happens. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know, even if it is the undivine matrix journey. We get comfortable there, even in the trauma dramas, even in our pain bodies. But if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. When it quits fitting you, you gotta leave. Letting that one go. I don't know why that example popped in my head. Of course, he was in the news lately, putting his 2 cents in about the cop who shot the girl with the knife after LeBron put his 2 cents in. These guys. What? Why do we care what you think? OJ? We don't care. And LeBron? Who's LeBron? I know he plays basketball. Why is he called King? I don't even know who he is. I don't. And why do people care about his opinion so much that he felt the need to tweet it? What a twit. He's a twit. Oh my God, with a blue check mark, which means don't listen to him ever. Those blue check marks, they're all SJW. And moving on. It would be safer, you decided, to remain on the journey you know. While you always have a choice as to whether to follow her or not, you never know when you might encounter her again. In this sense, turning away has its own consequences. Why is the known so appealing? Even if it's known torment and torture and turmoil and toxic waste and round and round, why is it so appealing? Think about it. Rats in a trap, mice in a maze. Conditioned responses, programming. No, shocker, poof. Just tied into the undivine matrix. Is it something we know? Oh yeah, and we got that big plug in the back of our head, so we're kind of stuck. We're in a dream state anyway. We don't really know that we're not really living until you do understand you're not really living, and then you're Neo, and you can't go back to sleep. Why would you? Just keep developing your ability to move in the divine matrix, and then you're like, wow, they're the ones living in the trap. They're the ones living in the dream. Once Neo woke up, he was no longer the one sleeping. He wasn't confined by the science religion that was being, data downloaded into his brain as the truth just because they said so. Pretty soon, he kicked Mr. Smith's butt. And all them other Mr. Smith asses, too. I have not seen all of those. I remember my sister-in-law told me when The Matrix came out, she says, what if it's true? And then she let go of the rope, but I didn't. Oh, good morning, Eagle. Okay. Why is this known so appealing? It's only when you wake up to its restrictions, its soft prison or golden cage, that you realize there must be more. Will-o'-the-wisp has come to you once again to offer you magic, but you will have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure. But you will have to sacrifice certainty in the pursuit of adventure, your comfort zone for the dangers of discovery, your well-trodden path for, for the detours that may very well lead you astray. Or will they? Or will they? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self? Yes. Trust me. Lose yourself. Find yourself. It's the truth. You can't get found until that's how I used to learn. That's how I learned driving in Phoenix. When I had two little babies and a husband that I had to drive to from well, if you're familiar, from close to Tempe all the way to Deer Valley every morning, and then go pick them up really early in the morning before the sun come up. And so on the way home, I would just get off the freeway and get lost so I could learn my way. And boy, I learned my way. I lived there for 3.5 years. I could go anywhere from any point because I allowed myself to get lost. And then I knew my way around. I knew stuff that was there that I wouldn't ever have found if I just stayed on the freeway. You can't see what's in the middle. You can't see all the stuff on the side of the road, meet people, different neighborhoods, the really cool mountains and and places to take, to stop and park and get out in nature, take the kids, let them out, cool restaurants. Phoenix is full of stuff like that, right? Can you accept that losing yourself will bring you closer to your true self? The profound shift of an epiphany can occur only when you risk the detour and enter the unknown. Now is the time to rise higher. No, that's not what it says. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place, these worlds hidden at the threshold between the tweens, right? Between what was and what can be. That's why we're cutting cards to the 3D, because we're leaving. It doesn't matter. This, whatever we're attached to in the muck, doesn't matter up here. It just doesn't. Because that's where we're leaving, and this is where we're going to. And the importance of being attached to this low vibe, I call it low vibe, no jive. Tar pit. I don't want to be a tar baby. Brer rabbit. Y'all know that book? Okay. And enter the unknown. Now is the time to trust higher forces to lead you into this place, these worlds, hidden in the threshold between what was and what can be. Here is where you will learn about your own unmaking, to unmake your, Here's where you will learn about your own unmaking, to unmask yourself. It's down there in the other list of videos. The wearing of the mask. I know what people think when they see that title. I don't care. It's covered. That's covered a little bit as well, but anyway, it's all about fear. Either way you look at it. Okay, moving on. To unmask yourself. Love what you discover, dark or light. See it all as divine. All things being equal. And find a quiet, thrumming power waiting for you to channel it into the world for good. The treasure you find, filled with the wealth of love and kindness, true prosperity, is ripe to share with others. The true prosperity, ripe to share with others, that you find, dark or light, as you ascend, releasing from the muck, the trauma drama, the round and round and round and round, and then reach back and help somebody else. And on and on and on. And this is how we get world peace. This is it. This is it, people. We have to do the work. It's not going to go world peace. We have to earn it. As a race, as a human race, as souls down here born for such a time as this, we have to earn it. They're not just going to hand it to us. They'll fight with us. They will reach down and they're reaching down to help us because they don't want us to perish in our undivine matrix. They're here for Gaia. Gaia doesn't deserve this. She didn't do nothing. Okay, there's my rant. It's ripe to share with others. She is here for you now. Will you accept her invitation? A great bounty of goodness awaits you. Will of the Wisp. Fairies. I see fairies. Fairies. Call in the fairies. They're here. They'll help you. They want to help. They want you to believe in them. If you believe in fairies, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Hi, fairies. They like playing, excuse me, and laughing. They like it when you play and laugh. That's why I go to parks where there's swings. I like to swing. Brings out the kid in me. Okay. Bloom where you are planted. Oh, look where we're planted. And look where she's planted in the universe. Remember the root system I told you about? That's why it's important to ground out. Down there in the list of videos, ground, how to ground and why it's important. Oh, let's read it because these are fun too. These are also fun. It's number 6, another number 6. Bloom where you are planted. You are in exactly the perfect place. It may seem difficult to be on earth during these accelerated times of learning. So if you're not learning, it's uncomfortable. We're only comfortable right now if we're learning what we're here to be doing. Learning what's going on, feeling that stuff is shifting. You may long for your place in the stars as you gaze at the night sky. I've been doing that my whole life, going, why'd you guys leave me here on this rock? Literally, this Lady Starlight by by Scorpions. When I was a teenager, I would sit on my driveway and just listen to it and look at the stars and going, why did you abandon me here? I didn't know what the hell I was. I don't know why I would think that, but I mean, like, come get me. Come back and get me. I don't want to be here. I'm not even kidding. That was in the 80s. A long time ago. Okay. During these accelerated times of learning, you may long for your place in the stars as you gaze at the night sky, but you were brought to earth for a definite reason. Letting that sink in. For a definite reason. In fact, you picked it. Okay, open your minds. Let your heart feel this one out. Okay? This is an important aspect because once we understand this, I mean, it's really hard to get pissed off at our oversoul, at our own selves. When we understand the reason we're going through this muck is because we asked for it. We chose it to be sharp tools in a divine tool belt. And the more difficult and challenging the journey, like mine was full of karma, past karma for Earth, for myself, for my ancestors, my ancestral line, past karma contracts that I'd entered into. I was here to transmute all that. And that's why people are like, Tracy, your karma must be really bad. I'm like, really not. Really not. But I was here to pay the price for karma past. And still not lose my rose-colored glasses and the understanding and the comprehension and knowledge of unconditional love of Source, even through all the undeserved actions against me. I had to just like not Rocky, because Rocky, you know what I mean? Just keep getting back up, get back up, and then take my ego out of it, my pride. I had to, face my responsibility for, early on for that, my actions back. If I would have returned, eye for an eye, I would not be sitting here right now. I'd probably be dead. Because I would have been, exacting the karma back on me, and Lord knows, and a few other people know. Without the protection of the higher realms, I wouldn't be here right now. I told you I died. I lay dying for 3 days. Don't remember a thing. I'm a little mad about that. Anyway. In fact, you picked it, even if you don't remember why. Embrace being part of and literally grown from this planet for the next collective evolution, which is what started in 2012, the Mayan calendar. We're in our next evolution. We started it already. And guess what? It's the age of Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Surely to sing. But you get the point. Bloom where you are planted, and bloom where you are planet. And oh, I get it now. Planet, planted, and planeted. That's really cute. Cosmic catalyst. What is the inside job I can do to create a greater impact in the world, exactly where I am already, through my profession, business, community, neighborhood, etc. Make your own videos, walk your walk, reach back, grab somebody else, help them along. World peace is the goal, people, and we're making great strides. Cosmic checkbox. Make a checklist of 10 different actions you can take within the next month after answering the cosmic catalyst prompt. Whoop, whoop. Allow your work to become your art. Look at that sun. Look at another tree. Look at the root system. Look at the universe. It's a 3. Cool. Okay. Allow your work to become your art. Now, when your work becomes your art, then it's not hard to work. You're doing what your passion is anyway. And that's part of letting go of the matrix. I'm not good. It's not my journey so everybody's walking their own journey. She just reminded me of something. So I'm not saying, okay, now just go quit your job. That's not what I'm saying. But your work should be your passion. That's all I'm saying. Because then it's not work. And then you're enjoying. 0.0 point. Okay. You've now been given the choice of what kind of work you work will truly become your art. It's up to you. You are limited only by how much courage you can muster to fully explore what this can mean. Okay, I didn't say it. It's their message. It's not my message. It's their message to us. Okay? You must merge your head, heart, and highest purpose to bring everything to bear, from the business model to the impact you wish to make. The impact you wish to make. Extending your garden, right? Got to do the maintenance first. You got to clear the weeds from your little patch. And then your garden expands it through service. Serving others. Being a tool of God. That was my first email address ever. toolofgod@att.net. So this is kind of my work. It always kind of has been. That's another video too. Impact you wish to make. Envision the business love story you want the world to buy. Vision a business love story you want the world to buy. Who is your perfect customer? What do they wake up thinking about? What keeps them up at night? Where can you find them? What purpose do they want to serve in the world more than anything? The more specific you can get about the details, the better. Build the damn thing already because your dream customers are waiting to fall in love. It says that. Build the damn thing already because your dream customers are waiting to fall in love. And for me. You guys are my dream. You guys are hopefully my love story is feeding you guys. I love my life. I'm so grateful for everything I've been through. And I hope sharing it and the conclusions that I've fought hard for and won as the truth of universal law being, and it's, you can ask for, you don't have to take my word for it. Ask for confirmation. They will provide it, I promise you. They will not leave you dangling in confusion or uncertainty. If you ask for confirmation, they'll do it. They want you to grab hold of this. It's not my message. It's a message through me. Asking for the truth from your heart. It says in the Bible, He will not give you a stone when you ask for bread. If you ask for bread, He will provide you bread, the truth. They will, because they want to give it to you. But you have to ask. You have to invite the truth in. Jesus, that's the truth. That was the truth walking for 33 years with us, feet on the ground. Still the truth. It doesn't matter if they distorted the truth. The truth can deliver itself. And it's not afraid to be challenged either. Only lies are afraid to be challenged. Only liars care if you want to count the votes by hand. 2 million of them. Only they won't report on it or go, well, we know in 2016 we wanted our guys' votes to be counted, but we don't want your votes to be counted because we are liars. Moving on. Build the damn thing already because your dream customers are waiting to fall in love. Cosmic Catalyst. If I could truly do anything in the world to make it my art, what would it be? Cosmic Checkbox. Create a logo for a new imaginary company that combines a higher purpose with your artistic expression. Great advice. Okay, we're coming to the end. You're like, thank God. You have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor, which means you already have one. Oh, that's the Knight of Wands, looks like. Oh, 7 of Ariel. All right. Read it one more time. You have invested wisely, have patience, and wait for the harvest. Because when you plant a field, you plow it, you plant it, you water it. There's time, harvest. That's why. What is it? forget which one. I was talking about faith and divine timing, right? I mean, there's a story about the Chinese bamboo takes 5 years to take root. So they plant it, they water it for 5 flipping years until they see something sprout through the soil. 5 years. Potatoes are hard too because you can't see anything coming. You can't, and if you break the earth just to look and see if it's coming along, you kill it. Potatoes, they're an invisible, source of life, but under the ground. But this bamboo, it's like, so what it's doing down there, 5 years, it's pushing its roots down, 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 down. And then once it breaks the surface, it shoots up like 20 feet in a week or so. Something like that, like really fast, like really high, really fast. But it had to put its roots in so deep to anchor it down. That's why it's worth waiting for. I mean, you have to have the root system. The root system. There we go again. There they go again, tying everything together. Oh, I didn't even see the card yet. Did you see that? Archangel, Haniel, Haniel, Haniel. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at the blood. On the full moon. You guys, I could not plan this if I tried. It's not my message. The opportunity, the other way, Trace. The opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. Face your fears and grow stronger. Once we figure out that fears are false evidence appearing real, and that those energy vampires are that we're feeding them with our fear and torment. I mean, I think that's why I pursued 0.0 point of joy with all my might, because I was tired of feeding them damn vampires. They could kick rocks. They could suck rocks. They could get their energy from that, because they ain't getting it from me. And that includes these low vibe 3D energy suckers. They're everywhere. Ah! And you can't kill them with a stake, so don't even try it. It'll backfire. They win then. Well, maybe not the win. The ones that you take out with the stake. Don't do it, okay? But the other ones win, because then you're in fear and torment for being in prison for taking vampires out with a stake, because you don't get it. Besides, that's not how we take out these energy vampires. We take them out by starving them. Starve them to death. That's why our aim, our goal, our purpose, our why we're here is world peace, unconditional love, high vibe. Starve them to death. They'll either raise their vibe, or they can kick cosmic rocks. Okay? Okay. Have a blessed day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let's do this thing. We've got this. We've got this. I promise. Ask for help. Ask for help. Remember, take this advice and direction and, wink and nod from the universe, saying, we know you're going through hardship. We appreciate you all looking for the alternative answers to round and around and around the same mountain, and adding to the 5D love grid we've got going around this earth to ascend out of the muck, out of the tar pit. Hey, have a blessed day. I love you. And I love you. I love me too. Hang in there. Peace.